Wally Lewis gets set to get the match underway. The third and final series of the 1989 Winfield State of Origin. Referee Greg McCallum blows time on. Lewis puts the ball in the air. And New South Wales set out on this mission impossible through Alexander. Bustled up by Shearer straight away. Shearer wearing 14. Back for O'Connor. He goes from dummy half there, but quickly the Queensland defence comes and meets him. David Trewella is dummy half. Up for Kelly. Kelly back to Trewella. Making not a lot of ground so far, New South Wales. Geyer brings it up with a hard straight run. They're back where they started from now, though. And look at this defence comes in the maroon jumpers. The Queensland defence thumps them down. New South Wales still in their own half. Out goes the clearing kick. Belcher perfectly positioned underneath it, though. He brings it back almost to the 22, but they drag him back through Hasler. Very aggressive Des Hasler already in this match. And Queensland bring it up now through Hancock. This is Bella, met pretty hard by Mackay, the new face, the St George player who was a St George junior, played with the Brighton Seagulls, playing for New South Wales tonight. Kieran Wallace, little break from Kieran Wallace, towards his own in the halfway, they come back, can he outrun it? Yes, he does! Oh, look out, this is going to be a great start from Queensland, over they go, and they are in. Alan McIndoe scores for Queensland in the first 60 seconds of this match. Well, Kieran Wallace busted it up, threw a beautiful pass, and McIndoe had the pace to go on with it. What a fantastic start from Queensland. Boy, oh boy, watch this. Now, Kieran Wallace makes this little break here. They start to chase him. Johnston can't get him. He throws a beautiful pass out for McIndoe. McIndoe just strides out. O'Connor had to turn around to come and try and get him. Alexander, all he could do was cut him off.
Well, I think the beauty was in the catching of the pass here, Darryl. If you watch this, it's been hauled in with a one-handed, with a left hand by the winger, and tremendous effort. Now, under normal circumstances, that could have been put down, but it wasn't. It was a brilliant opening, but a great break by their hooker. And some sleepy dummy half defence.
Certainly a lot of pace, Alan McIndoe. By gee, didn't he show a clean pair of heels? Although Michael O'Connor really had to turn around then to chase him. Here's the kick. Dale Shearer. Gets set, not an easy angle. Ball's in the air, certainly got the legs, but waved away. So the score remains Queensland 4, leading New South Wales 0. Hasler now gets it out for Gary Jackie, takes the ball nicely, unloads the ball quickly back for Johns. Johns out of one, can't get away from Vaughton though. Shearer over the top. Johnston, Brian Johnston gets it out for Mackay. Big night for him at Lang Park, first time ever. Not first time ever in State of Origin, but the first time to Lang Park. Pretty frightening experience. Out it comes, New South Wales deep. Alexander, short ball for Hasler, but they get onto him pretty quickly. This time it goes to Ferguson. Ferguson just can't get through defence. There are three players waiting for him, and there's a real big hoof of a ball from Kelly. And the front row has put not a bad placed ball, but it's come out Queensland's way, but the referees pulled it up. Well, it wasn't a bad punt.
It went high, it came down with ice on it. No one was interested in it, though, and that was marginal. I don't know whether that ball actually went forward. But
Wally having a bit to say about that, which he will do.
Wally didn't think so either.
He will talk all night on any decision like that. Okay, Blues ball inside the 22. Have they got a chance? Oh, there's a little break, and yes! Beautiful stuff, Alexander and Hasler. Alexander made the break. A little short ball to Hasler, and he was over right beside the post. Well, that happened so quickly. Boy, oh boy. That's what the Blues needed. Watch this. Alexander, the lovely ball for Hasler, and bang, only Dan Staines was there.
The beauty of electrifying speed. Look at Alexander off the base of the scrum. He really stretches Vaughton. Vaughton's done his job, but Hasler also very quick has come inside him and picked up the try. Well, it's a great combined effort there, Darryl. Great effort by both of them. Hasler left it until the last second to cut inside him when he had brought the stretch to the limit.
Waiting for the kick, Ray, very quickly. I thought Hasler and Alexander played together, but you were talking to them today, and that's not the case.
No, they hadn't.
Here's the kick. Wait for the kick. Yes, successful. So, New South Wales leading Queensland 6-4.
The ball now is about 2 or 5 metres on the New South Wales side of halfway, and that's Michael O'Connor over there who's going to play it, with New South Wales leading by 6 points to 4, and Kelly takes it up. He's met, though, by a very keen Queensland defence. These big men, they work together. They work non-stop, Bella and Bacco. Miller switches from the open to the blind, and he was looking for runners. Then he took what looked to be a shade high, the tackle from Miles, but I did see Miles take a high one himself earlier on. The referee said nothing. Queensland get the football. Miles is the man tackled. Truella's doing a very good job for New South Wales. He was in that tackle with Hasler, who also is going very well. It's gone out to Michael Hagan. He puts the ball in behind them. Here comes Dale Shearer. Shearer, he gets rid of Ferguson. He gets the ball down. Oh, that's a great try from a young man who has been occupying the rugby league headlines for the last 7 or 8 days. Rowdy Shearer scores the try. The enigma of rugby league, as it's called by some. But that was simply a case of Dale Shearer versus Johnny Ferguson. Ferguson got a mongrel of a bounce, but Shearer, he followed this kick. He was onside, no question in my mind, and he went through showing that lightning speed of his. He gave a little bit of a shove there to Ferguson, keeping in mind 2 players going for a football. They can jostle shoulder to shoulder. Whether or not he pushed him in the back, Warren Ryan might have a different view.
Yeah, but the significant thing there, Ray, is that it came straight after a turnover of possession, and of course we were in an attacking formation. We had nobody home, no fullback, no Greg Alexander, and we were threadbare. And Ferguson was beaten for pace, but he was beaten on a turnaround run, although I think Shearer would beat him over the distance. But it was put on specially for Shearer, and smart thinking by Queensland.
Well, that's Dale Shearer's 9th try in Origin football. 9 tries in Origin football for this 23-year-old player who works out of the Manly club at the moment. And that's his 44th point in Origin football. Here's his kick, getting away, no goal, and Queensland recapture the lead, 2 tries to 1. But of course they've been able to take the lead at 8 points to 6 now.
Hasler. Set move this time for Ferguson. He tries to duck under, but he can't. But he's inside the 22 now. Hasler a dummy half. Goes out to Mackay. Dancing little run from Mackay. Still going. If he can get the bounce away. Yes, he does. Thank you. Oh, that was a lovely ball. By gee, that was a good ball, let me tell you. And it was the Eastern Suburbs player, David Truella, who came off that ball. And that was good play from Mackay. He just busted them, kept them going, drew them to him, finally got a great ball out for David Truella. Watch this. Gets under the defence there. Still goes. Now this is the good ball. Bang. Truella too strong from there and runs it round under the post. Good try.
There's a dummy run around by Hasler. Hasler around. Mackay doesn't give it to him, but still has to shed 2 tacklers. Draws a third. Good pass away to a lovely bit of backing up by Truella, and look who's there to pat him on the back. Little Hasler, who's been playing very well tonight.
Alexander also involved in that as well.
Yes, Darryl, it was a great team effort and great work by Mackay, though. He was the one that got through 2 defenders.
Okay, Michael O'Connor. 10 points to 8, New South Wales. There it goes. Yes, sir. So the scoreline now, New South Wales 12, leading Queensland 8.
About 30 metres out from his own line. Just half a minute to go, and you can see the pace of this game is almost ground to a standstill as they've run themselves into the ground with a most entertaining game of rugby league here at Lang Park. As I said earlier to you, the incredible thing about State of Origin football, though the series is wrapped up, they still play the final match at a terrific intensity. Miller trying to get the ball away to a runner in the shape of Jimmy Jack, but Jack has pulled down without the football. Away now to Alexander. There's the halftime siren. He got a ball to Hasler. Hasler to the 22. It got touched in flight. It'll come back with Queensland kicking it over the touchline. That'll be the end of the first half, I would imagine. It is, with New South Wales leading Queensland at half-time, 12 points to 8.
Get more from your amazing holiday. Book with your Citi credit card and get 10% off selected hotel offers with luxury escapes, inspired experiences, stunning value. There's way more to a Citi card. Citi credit cards. Apply now.
BioGland's Muscle Protect HMB plus D3 helps maintain muscle mass as you age, allowing you to keep active and healthy. Maintain your strength for the ways of tomorrow. Take charge of your well-being with BioGland.
Welcome back. Commencement of the second half of the final State of Origin match for 1989. And here's Ray Warren.
Thank you, Ken, as referee McCallum blows time on and the Blues get us going. Their
tackle count's up pretty high, actually.
He's still having trouble with his scrum. Let's go to the New South Wales boys, and there they are.
Well, there's 18 on the board there for Maguire in the tackles and the runs. Maguire 12. He's had a big involvement. Very good too. Mackay, some of his tackles have been very, very strong tonight, and he's been very involved. I think he's been playing very well.
Mackay, he could even come out of the hat tonight in the Australian side to tour New Zealand as a result of what he did in the first 40 minutes. Gaia now plays the ball. This is Truella who's been busy. Gaia gets the ball back, not expecting it. Took a hit from behind, and that's tackle number 5 for the Blues. Into dummy half Alexander, calling the ball as the captain. He puts a kick into the in goal, but it's gone straight over, played by Hancock. They're back on their own 22. Bella has taken top and bottom. Up the top was Kelly, underneath was Miller. Played back for Walters to feed out to the right for Staines. He's built close to the ground, Dan Staines, but he's all muscle. He's built like a rock. He looks a bit like Jack Palance. And this is Miles now, midway between the 22 and the halfway. And he's inside the 32. Now he finds Gino. He gets it away, and it's gone from Curry after Hancock. Hancock has scored a sensational try. That's one of the best I've seen during the 1989 series. Terrence Walters, a magnificent spurt from dummy half. I guess if I had to name my man of the series, I'd punt for this little fellow. And I might get laughed out of town, but I'll tell you what, there'll be plenty of people coming out with me. Look at him. Stands in the tackle. Back to Gino. On it goes to Curry. Curry drew the last line. Hancock, well, he was working in about 6 inches of Lang Park turf. Oh, great try.
Well, here goes Waters, another one. They were asleep at marker. I must say Mackay, I think, was at fault. He went to sleep at marker there. And he's doing brilliantly here, the Queensland hooker. He holds it up, gets it to the big fella with one of his basketball passes. And Curry's brilliant. He's read that. And he's come down and put a 2-on-1 on our last defender and sent Hancock in the corner. Brilliant by Curry to finish it.
Dale Shearer has now scored 40 points in Origin football. Here he is from a very wide angle, 25 metres out, looks okay. Oh, tell a man it's okay. That's a superb kick.
Here's Kelly now. Kelly thumped down centre field. Tried hard, Kelly. He's taken the ball up all night tonight. David Truella has scored a try for the Blues. Oh, look at that. That pass just rolled away. Gary Jack had to take it. He gets a kick away. Shearer takes it. And Queensland back on the attack. Well, New South Wales then just let that ball go through 4 people.
Yeah, I think Alexander's got to take a bigger hand in the running of things. We look very fluent when he's running the show, but he has little rests and sort of lets other people do it. He's got to be more dominant, though, because he is brilliant, and we look at much smoother side when Alexander's running the show.
Certainly agree with that. He and Hasler tonight have combined well. Right, Queensland with the ball. Here's Lewis. Lewis gets it out for Belcher. Belcher gets a little bit of pace up, gets the ball away too. Slips on, good pass out here. Hagan it is. Hagan taken deep inside the 22. Queensland on the attack. That's McIndoe. He gets it out to Shearer. Shearer on to Lewis. Turns it back for McIndoe again. 12 metres out, 13 metres out, Queensland. Final tackle. Watch for the kick. Where's Wally? There he is. Can he get it in? Gets a little grubber in. They chase it. Gary Jack takes it. Queensland try. Well, unbelievable. Yeah. Ray Warren, what do you think of that?
Oh, that's a terrible mistake for Gary Jack. I feel so sorry for him.
What's this?
Look who scores the try.
Through they go, Kieran Wallace. Well, a missed fumble. You just don't see Gary Jack do that.
No, most uncharacteristic. I feel for Gary there. He's played well, he's played strongly, and there's a little knock on, fumble. Oh boy, there's a mess there.
Lewis screaming out instructions from the sideline as they tape him up. Here's the kick from Shearer. Look at this. Oh, it's a magnificent kick from Shearer from the sideline straight over. Oh, Dale Shearer with a beauty. And this crowd just lapping this up. Queensland 20, New South Wales 12.
As we go sidelines to Michael Cleary.
Only to tell you about Wally Lewis, he popped his shoulder. They call the AC joint, was what I was told. But they were able to put it back in place and they've strapped it down. But I mean, if it keeps popping out, it would mean an operation to lock it in.
Well, Bobby McCarthy and Bobby Fulton could certainly vouch for the anxiety that would be going through Wally's mind, knowing that he's popped the shoulder, because it can put you out of football completely. About 7 metres into New South Wales area. The Maroons leading by 20 to 12. Long pass by Miles. It went 20 metres. Out to Belcher to Curry. Now to Shearer. Here's Hancock. Hancock. Oh, the flying machine. Every time he gets the ball, the crowd goes up, and then they subside as it comes away to Hagan. Hagan throws a dummy outside, picks up Rowdy Shearer. 6 more tackles. That was knocked down by New South Wales. He hasn't called it. It's come to Dan Staines. He didn't nullify the tackle count, and I'm almost certain it was touched by a blue. It's with Shearer now. He brushes away Hasler, gets the pass out for Bella. Bella comes on an angle, shrugs off Hasler, gets it away. Vaughton on to Hagan. Hagan away now for Belcher. Belcher! Belcher! Oh, what a try! What a rugby league try! How many sets of hands? I was getting tired calling it. How many sets of hands? 24 to 12. That's nowhere near the start of it.
No,
that's nowhere near the start of it.
We're only seeing a build-up.
This is Bella. He got rid of Hasler twice. I'll get my director to take it back to the absolute head when he gets a chance and just count the hands from the previous play, the ball, because it seemed to me to be never-ending. It was like a never-ending story. Here it is, 1-2. This is the second man to handle the ball. Now Shearer gets it away for 3. He gets rid of Hasler there, 4. Away it goes to 5. On it goes to 6. Well, there you go. See, I thought it went through a hell of a lot more hands than that, but that wasn't the case. Belcher scores for Queensland.
Just that they had the ball for a long time, Ray.
Oh, I think that's where I've got confused. There wasn't as many people involved in the script as it did appear, but they kept the ball alive for such a long period of time. Dale Shearer has kicked 2 from 4, and Gary Belcher has scored his 3rd Origin try. As Shearer converts, it's Queensland 26, New South Wales 12 from Lang Park.
2 players are warming up. Bill Blake and John Cartwright. There they are there. Bill Blake, John Cartwright to come on in 16 and 17. A lot of people have waited for Blake to play State of Origin football, but by gee, Hasler's gone well tonight.
I'm just wondering he'll come off for Blake, because I think Alexander and Hasler deserve to stay there. They've been a real hope of the side, the halves tonight.
I totally agree. I just said that. Oh, here's another break. A pass off Hagan on the Miles. Turns it back inside to Kieran Wallace. He gets it on to Lewis. Lewis handballs, run over. They're in again. This time it's coming. Well, what did we say? They just sailed around. There's someone there every time to take the pass, and they just scored magic tries. This is a champion team, and I don't care if the New South Wales viewers don't agree with me on that. This is a champion side you're watching.
I'm sure they do, Darryl. I'm sure every person with any knowledge of rugby league knows they're watching a champion team.
Well,
there's the bloke that made it, Michael Hagan.
And he's done it again. He got it on the Miles. Miles has a look both ways. He gets it back to Kieran Wallace. Has had a fantastic game. Lewis, obviously that shoulder's worrying him. He flicks one over the top to Curry, and he's the best finisher I've seen for a while.
Well, here we go. Michael Hagan, a little dummy. A kick again, in behind them, a one-hander off to the big fella. Watch what he does with it. He doesn't make any mistakes. He unselfishly draws the defence, gives it to the hooker. There's Wally picking up his winger. Oh, it's a centre. Curry picks Curry up.
Hey, Shearer with a kick. Let's get this kick, because he's done it before from here, right on the touchline, on the junction of the lines. He's got the height. Oh, but waved away. So the score remains Queensland 30, New South Wales 12.
So wholesale changes have been made. There's Jackson on camera. As you know, he's on for Curry, but now Coyne has come on. So has Gilmeister and Kevin Walters, the twin brother of Kerrod. Gene Miles has gone off. So too has Kerrod. Walters been given an early shower, and Kevin Walters hasn't as yet got onto the field of play, so he hasn't been able to make his replacement at this point in time. So we have the line drop out to be taken now by Alexander. Still Kevin Walters on the sideline, so he hasn't made his replacement. Jackson comes back now from the line drop out, and a good run. He makes an incision, takes play 25 out from the Blues line. Backo goes inside the quarter. He's pulled down 20 metres out. They've really played some razzle-dazzle stuff here tonight, the Queenslanders, as Coyne comes to an abrupt ending. 10 metres away from the New South Wales line still. The breeze with Queensland second half. Lewis playing with one arm or one shoulder, or maybe one of each, I'm not sure. He's got two injuries, I feel, a shoulder and an arm, and a run around with Lewis and Shearer. Shut the gate! Shut the gate! The horse has bolted, and he almost ran over the dead ball line.
That was too easy, Ray.
Oh, ridiculously easy, Warren.
Lewis and Shearer together there just made that look so easy.
Well, what about Lewis? Look at Big Arthur. He's really pumped up, and why wouldn't he be a proud man? But there he is, one of the real ornaments of Queensland Rugby League, and it's befitting that he be at the helm tonight to witness this historic performance. And when I say that, we're watching a man with certainly a major deficiency, Wally Lewis, still out there competing with the best players in the world.
Alan Wilson missed his opportunity to come in on Shearer there. You can watch this again. Wally doesn't do all that much, but what he does is beautiful. And Alan Wilson's missed the boat altogether there. He could have killed that off.
So Dale Shearer goes in to score yet another try. What a match he's having tonight, Dale Shearer. What a happy Wally Lewis. Now, has Kevin Walters made his replacement at this stage? Yes, he's come on. Lewis has gone off the field. He's heading from the field. The man rated as the greatest footballer ever by men who know the game much better than I, and I'm not prepared to disagree with them. I've seen some good ones. Lewis is way up there with the best of them. The goal has been kicked by Dale Shearer. Queensland leading now 36-12. New South Wales with an opportunity here, 15 metres away from the Queensland line, and a penalty goes to New South Wales from Greg McCallum. But the result of this match now, well and truly, beyond any doubt, Queensland have won the series 3-0. They've put whitewash defeats on us back-to-back in 88-89. They're leading 36-12. And the scoreboard is simply a matter of academics as we watch the dying seconds of this game. Playing the ball back was Alan Wilson. Alexander gets blindside, turns it back for Miller to go into that hole behind to play the ball. But there's very seldom a hole there, as Alexander works from dummy half, gives a very tired pass to Mackay, whose first half was outstanding. His second half, well, it's been on a par with the team, really. Alexander's ball, it's a try! It's a try for Maguire. Bruce Maguire has gone in to score a try with just under 4.5 minutes of time remaining. He had 2 grabs at it. He got it the second time. It was like a grenade with the pin out. Watch him, the ball goes out of his grasp. He gets it in again, and Maguire, who's toiled strongly at the Sydney Football Stadium and here again tonight, he picks up a try, and it brings the score to 36-16 in favour of the home team.
Once again, Alexander there. When Alexander does something, we do look as if we can crack them, but that was an interesting one. It was a long ball, a hard one to Maguire, but I wonder whether the Queenslanders thought that that possibly was going to be knocked on. But anyway, he regathered it, and we've got the points. The worrying thing is that there's still 3.5 minutes to go, and you're worried that they might run another try in before they're finished.
Getting up very slowly, plays it back to Gilmeister. A long ball for Hagan. Jackson puts it down. Ferguson goes in to pick it up. He can't, and it'll be a scrum, and he'll rule on the first knock on. 32 metres out from the New South Wales line. Scrum packing, Alexander to work it. We've only got 1.25 minutes of the 1989 Origin series remaining. This is Phil Blake. And during that first half, nobody could have doubted that Hasler and Alexander were two of our outstanding players, with this man Mackay in possession now. And it did seem a shame at the time that Blake wasn't out there to weave his magic, but he couldn't have done any better, I'm sure, than our two halves did in the first 40. I probably get the opinion that our intensity, our enthusiasm has dropped off in the second half, or did Queensland go into another gear?
I think they went into another gear, and they dampened our enthusiasm with that try. Walters, who you've mentioned as being a great player in tonight's game, came out and made another try just as he did in the first half. And I think from that point on, I think our players have just dropped a little bit. But full marks to them. There's been some good performances, even though they've been well and truly beaten on the scoreboard. They've played very well tonight in many respects.
The ball being played now by McIndoe. I think both their wingers have got to be in the side, both of their centres. Here's the crowd counting down the final seconds of the 1989 series, won by Queensland 3-0, and taking out this match tonight, a white lustrous in 88. When I say us, of course, no secret that we come from New South, the commentary team. It's all over. A magnificent victory. Memorable moment in rugby league. Queensland 36, New South Wales 16.